I'm going to reach out to them, Rep Fitness. They usually stand by, obviously, their products and whatnot. So I'm sure they'll fix it and come up with a solution. All right, real quick, I want to do a video on my assembly and build of my Rep PR-5000. I've been looking at Rep Fitness Build-A-Rack for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years maybe, however long it's been since they came out with it. I landed on this. This is the wall-mounted version, the PR-5000. It would be nice to have a half rack or full rack, but I just knew with my space, I wanted everything as close up against the wall as I possibly could. So I decided to go with the wall mount, the 16-inch cross members so it doesn't protrude off the wall that much. I was comparing this against Rogue Fitness and their slim rack wall mount. I honestly didn't really want to go with the collapsible ones because I feel like whenever you get one of the collapsible ones, you never take the time to actually collapse them. And the next thing that I was considering was PR-4000 or PR-5000. 5/8 inch hole versus the 1-inch hole. You see it and then you look at it and your price comparison and stuff and you're like, do I really need the 1-inch holes? But I think I'm super happy that I did go with the 1-inch holes. Obviously, that doesn't really change much. There's still probably the attachment that you're looking for you can get with either 5/8 or 1-inch holes. The staple rack that everybody is looking for is going to be that 11 gauge steel 3x3 inch upright with 1-inch holes. That's like the standard now. You can get less and you can be perfectly content and fine, but I didn't want to get less and then eventually want more. So I decided to go with the standard basically. 1-inch holes make it easy to put J-cups and whatnot, which is nice. And then different attachments. The wall mount was something that I was debating. This is like a rental, not that they mind us putting holes in the wall, but I do like the half rack designs, especially when you configure some of those storage solutions and get shelves inside of it and stuff. Use weight horns on the side. So I think that is honestly a great option to go with, but for me, the wall mount seemed like a good option. Caveat to the wall mount with Rep Fitness, they say that that is uncompatible with their wall mount Athena, which I don't necessarily mind. I don't know, maybe in the future I'll end up getting something like that, but for right now, I didn't really care. I've had so many different cable machines in here, the cable towers from Bells of Steel, Mikolo Fitness. Also, I had their full-on functional trainer from Mikolo Fitness, so just so many different cables that I just want to get back to the basics and get back to a standard squat rack and do barbell exercises and different things that I can do with this. I have the Rep Fitness dip attachment on the way, so I'm excited to get that. I have their pull-up bar, and when you are configuring one of these racks, you have multiple different options to go with. I actually had the Rep Fitness wall-mounted multi-grip pull-up bar fixed to this wall. Ended up selling it because the functional trainer had a pull-up bar, but I didn't really care for that design of a pull-up bar. Obviously, it's nice to be able to do neutral and different grips, but I just wanted a standard pull-up bar after having used that. And the one I wanted to go with was this bare steel. As you can see, I have it here, and you're probably wondering, Mark, why don't you just put it on the rack right now then before doing this video? Well, I would have, but they gave me the wrong one. The hole, as you can see, is that 5/8 hole. So I need a 1-inch variant. They gave me all the hardware and stuff to put this on, but it was 1-inch hardware. That's why I don't have this on there right now. I'm gonna reach out to Rep Fitness and send them an email or something, and hopefully they can fix this. And then the other option was just like a powder coat version of this. And then I think they even have a different pull-up bar that has like the big ball thing that you can grab onto, if that makes sense. But I like the bare steel. I think it's like grittier and easier to grab for pull-ups. For the cross member, again, I went with 16. I think you can go 30 or 42 inches. I don't know if you can go 42 inches off the wall. Maybe it's just 16 and 30 for the 1-inch, the PR-5000. I think for PR-4000, The difference there is obviously the whole size, but I think you can get a 24-inch version of your half racks or of your wall mounts. This is super nice. With this, obviously you have multiple different options depending on the width of your studs. So I was able to mount mine, but then even just like this protective rubber cover on the back side of this. There's no sharp edges, so I was grabbing these and while I was putting it up and putting it together and using it like as a handle without worrying about cutting my hand. And then again, just the fine touches of this like little rubber protective thing against the wall. With the 1-inch holes, you got to prepare yourself, and I knew I had to do this eventually. But they have this huge hardware, so it calls for like a 36 millimeter wrench. 2 of them obviously, so you can tighten on the other side. I went out and bought like an adjustable wrench, and then I had like another adjustable wrench that I used. So I ended up getting that, and obviously it's such big hardware. Hopefully it helps with the stability. With the wall mount itself, like it is absolutely imperative that you get it into the studs. These things can be super strong and super durable and able to hold so much weight, but it has to be properly affixed to the studs inside of your wall. So my studs over here have been pretty used and abused, so it is a little bit of a concern to me, but I was able to make sure I had to put a couple different holes behind there. Hopefully you can't see it. Just trying to make sure that I was effectively on each stud. That way it's not going anywhere. And with the wall mount, another thing that they say on their website, they recommend, or they tell you like, hey, you should drill these into the concrete. They have like floor anchors, and it comes with floor anchors that you can drill into your concrete. I'm gonna risk it. I'm not gonna drill it into the concrete, and I think I will be just fine. It's just something to consider if you're comfortable with putting something like this onto your studs or not. All the hardware and stuff that they give you, it comes in like these plastic bags, which is nice. So, because it's heavy duty hardware, so like a couple of them broke out of like the plastic and were just free floating in the bag. So they give you these nice bags. And then it all comes with like a bunch of these thank you, and I think you can scan this and get the directions digital, or if there's a video associated. And then it has quality control checklists, so somebody at the factory or whatever the case may be, the inspector ZKS inspected on 12/17/2024. Critical dimensions, check. He probably should have checked and made sure he put the right raw steel pull-up bar in there with my order. But I'm going to reach out to them, Rep Fitness. They usually stand by, obviously, their products and whatnot. So I'm sure they'll fix it and come up with a solution. Another thing to consider, though, is the J-cups that you're going to go with. And it's like a big decision. I was contemplating, okay, do I want the like 2-inch round J-cup that's more like of a narrow, low profile one where you don't got to worry so much about like hitting the side of this? But I decided to go with this one, and I mean, just the quality of it again, this nice black metallic finish is super nice. It's got the UHMW plastic on all sides of it. It's nice. It gives you a nice surface area to re-rack, although the Rogue Monster one is about probably 3 or 4 inches taller, which this could probably use another inch or 2 just to make it that much better. This is super nice to be the standard J-cup. When I got this and I opened it up out of the package, I was so impressed just by the black metallic finish and everything. I think it's for a standard J-cup, if you didn't want to pay the extra money for the round one, I think this is a good place to start. You might be asking yourself, oh, should I pay the extra money for the round J-cup? I don't know. This is what you get if you don't, and it's super nice. I was just using my Rep Fitness open trap bar and re-racking it. It was hard to re-rack it in the sense that it was catching like the sides of this. If it was the round one, which is a more thinner profile, it doesn't have this big width to re-rack it onto. It has like a thinner profile to re-rack it onto. So it just gives you a little bit more wiggle room. But all in all, I'm happy with this J-cup. And now to the color. You can go with a bunch of different colors through Rep Fitness. I'm sure they're all very nice. Although I question whether or not I would like the red. I haven't seen the red in person, but just videos that I see it in, it doesn't pop like Rogue. Like I feel like, not the Rogue red, but there's another like dark red from Rogue that is on the rack at the firehouse, and it is so nice. Like I absolutely love that red. So it just depends. But obviously their black metallic is super nice. I would go with the black metallic. I feel like that would be sharp as well, because I think it matches like some of the attachments and stuff. Again, I have like the dip handles, and I think that's gonna become in black metallics. Usually everything contrasts very well, so like whatever color you do go with, it usually looks pretty sharp. But I wanted something fancy. I didn't mind spending the extra $100 for the upgraded clear coat finish. This is like so smooth. It's so nice. It's not gonna show like chips or dings that easily. Like, and just the smoothness of it, the way it looks. I even got the cross members in clear coat. So I'm super happy that I did go with this. Against the darker wall, I feel like it looks nice. But yeah, this is my rack. I probably would do a pull-up right now if I could. Another caveat with the whole cable Rep Athena thing that this is incompatible with. I think now that I have these 93-inch uprights, I can do so much with these 93-inch uprights, and I could build one of those down the line and reach out to Rep and be like, hey, I have 93-inch uprights. I'll pay for everything else. Thank you. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the Rep PR-5000 build. Super excited to get it in-house. I got some Rep Fitness bumper plates. I got a Rep Fitness weight tree off Marketplace. I just need a barbell now. I have this Fringe Sport axle bar right over here, which is a very nice axle bar, super well done, nice end caps. And then I have the Rep Fitness open trap bar, which is cool because it actually is rackable. It's super well balanced, so I put it on the J-cups and it just stays upright. I could get under there and do different squat variations. I can squat with that off my back. I can do Zercher squats, if that's what they're called. I can do different pressing movements. So I have that. That's going to be fun to do. The only thing I'm considering, actually, I'm considering a Rep PR-5000 competition weight bench. That way, when I'm done with it, I can just get like one of those hooks for the wall and throw it up on the wall. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with my home gym build. We got some cool things coming in. We got some more budget options coming in. But for me personally, I'm super happy to have this. I can do my different compound exercises, do my pull-ups, get my dips in, and really dial that in and focus on that, having that be the basis of my workout. And then I can do like some high intensity stuff with my adjustable dumbbells. I got my treadmill, I got a couple kettlebells and different things. So minimizing my exercises and really dialing it in and focusing. Let me know if you have any specific questions about the Rep PR-5000 build experience, and anything you want to see from the channel, just let me know. Again, thank you all for tuning in, and please hit that like, subscribe button if you want to see more videos just like this. Thank you. Keep working hard.